people, welcome back to the channel. As always, make sure that you lot are smashing up the likes. Make sure that you lot are subscribing to the channel. Yeah? Because today we're going to tuck in people. Yeah? This is exactly what Champions League nights are all about, bruv. Goals. Records being broken. Yeah? Guys making a name for themselves. Yeah? Guys using that home crowd. Yeah? Guys using games like today to build momentum for the weekend, people. Because we've got another big game at the weekend, people. Sunderland or not, we need to be plugging away. Because right now, it is now 4 W's in a row, people. Yeah? 4 W's in a row. And I was seeing some Chelsea fans trying to throw away the season already. Talking about, we can't do anything without Palmer. We can't do anything about Delap. Yeah? And how many times did I keep banging on about the squad and Maresca? Use the squad properly, blood. Play a balanced lineup and the team will play better. It's not rocket science, yeah? If you're playing bare guys out of position, the team will never play well. Because players will only play to a certain level when they're played in a position where they're not comfortable, yeah? Today, looking at the lineup, of course, I didn't see, you know, a left centre-back starting at left centre-back. If you look at it on paper, right? You had Caicedo, Lavia and Enzo in the same team with a Buonanotte, which to me straight away showed me that Caicedo was going to be inverting into the midfield, which ultimately means that in possession, it was going to be tossing in the middle of the centre-backs, right? You're going to have Fofana on the right-hand side, right centre-back, and Hato on the left-hand side, bro, left centre-back, right? You're building in a 3-2-5, like what we were doing at the start of the season, like what we was doing last season, yeah? So again, I'm looking at Maresca there. Straight away, he's kind of found a solution, found a little way to still play tossing in this team, but to still have the balance in the team, bro, right? And obviously, I don't want to be seeing Caicedo playing at right back in every game because at the end of the day, I don't really, you know, long term over the game, over 90 minutes, Caicedo right back, he does get a bit gassed out, you know what I mean? And when he gets gassed out, he starts to, you know, rush into challenges. He starts to get a little bit, you know, heavy on that side. Yeah. He is best down the middle. But in games like today where teams aren't really going to press you or it's like a mid block or low block, bro, he's not going to be right back most of the game because most of the game we're going to have the ball, right? And that's exactly what happened today, bro. Top professional performance, bro. Yeah. Scary in the box today. Yeah. We're going to talk about the wing pairing today as well, people. Gittens and Estevao were absolutely frying, man, today, blood. Yeah? Absolutely frying, man. Creating chances for fun. Making so many runs in the box. Yeah? Winning penalties, blood. Yeah? This is what I expect from my wingers, bro. I expect my wingers to be looking at their fullbacks and wanting to take man on, bro. Every chance that they get, you want that fullback to be scared every time you get the ball. Yeah? And that's the sort of performance that I got from our wingers today, people, right? But just going into the game, you know, looking at the lineup, looking at how we were setting up, you could see from early that we were warming up, yeah? Big up Gem and Ads because I was actually watching the game to them with them in the sports bar. And I was saying, bro, like, I saw people complaining before the game. For me, I thought it was a solid enough lineup. I saw the names on the pitch and I knew how we were going to set up in the game. I thought this is more than enough to be beating Ajax, bro. If you guys watch Blue Diaries, you would know that I showed Ajax's recent record. They haven't been great. They're starting a guy that should be in a care home in goal, blood. Yeah? My man ain't going to be able to train all week. His back is going to be hurting all week. Yeah? You can't be struggling against a team that have Weghorst up top, right? But even though you're playing these sort of guys, the manager has to set the team up well. And that's exactly what we did today, bro. The lineup was spot on. It's exactly what I wanted to be seeing. I wanted to be seeing a balanced lineup, and that's exactly what we saw today, bro. Right? And from early doors, you know, you could sense that we were, you know, Gittens on that side, especially in the first half. You could clearly see, bro, the little touches, you know, the way he was trying to run at his man straight away. You know, I spoke about this a few weeks ago against Benfica. His execution was off, but the intent was on. And you can see that again today, bro. He's carried that confidence on from the international break where he played really well, right? And today, he brought that into a game against Ajax, right? A proper team in the Champions League. This ain't no Conference League, so man can't try to tell me this is Conference League and that Conference League tax, yeah? It's still a team that's in the champs right now. You know what I mean? He was getting warm from early. Estevao was getting warm from early. Caicedo and Lavia were just still in that pivot, bro. Yeah, Enzo getting some nice touches, Buonanotte getting some nice touches, but we weren't really creating many chances. We're trying to cross the ball in and whatnot, but it wasn't really, really working in there. Guiu getting a couple touches in the first half as well, first few minutes even. Yeah, then everything changed when we got that red card early doors, bro. Yeah, and that red card is spot on as well, because he could have broken Buonanotte's foot. Yeah, if you guys are old enough to remember when Eduardo got taken out by Matt Taylor. Still remember my man's name as well, Matt Taylor. Yeah, it was similar to what my man did today. Those tackles there, bro, it's a straight red. At first, I looked at it, I thought, ooh, it's solid yellow probably. But when I saw the replay and I saw how high up he was, red card, bro. Yeah, but just because a team's getting a man sent off doesn't mean that it's gonna be easy. That usually that's what makes games even harder, bro, because they just sit back even more, right? But we use that to our advantage, and straight away from the set piece, yeah, brilliant header back across the box from Fofana to Guiu, yeah, Guiu just doing what a striker does. Look at the movement before the ball even got to him, bro. Before the ball even got to him, he was offside. He was standing in an offside position, but he read the game. He knew the ball was going to go from left to right. So you know what he did? I'm going to stand in a danger zone. Because as soon as the ball goes to the left, I'm going to be onside, because everyone's going to be running into the box to try and clear the header. Yeah? I'm going to be onside, but I've picked out a little zone here where there's no one around me, blood. Yeah? And the finish wasn't the most tidiest finish, bro. But he was there to score that goal because he has that natural instinct as a striker, right? Man have been trying to cook me. What's this guy going to do? What's he going to do? And that. Bro, he broke a record today, bro. Before Estevao broke that record, because when we talk about my jugador, yeah? Guiu was the youngest scorer in the Champions League for Chelsea, yeah? I was checking it in the bar of these guys. Before him, I think it was Reece James. And before Reece, it was Callum Hudson-Odoi, right? Guiu broke that record, bro. 2 starts in the Champions League. 1 for Barcelona, he bagged. Yeah? Another one for Chelsea, he bagged. Only 4 players have scored Champions League goals for 2 different sides as a teenager, bro. Listen to the names that my man's with, bro. Mbappe, Haaland, yeah? There's a guy here called George Elenkena. I don't know who that is, I'll be real, people. And Guiu, yeah? Guiu. This is a guy that can contribute in this team. I keep saying it time and time again. Some of the runs that he was making in behind today was allowing the likes of Buonanotte to have a little bit of space. There was even a ball that Enzo found in the first half where Guiu was not trying to come to feet like João Pedro or Jackson. Man's looking to run in behind. And they're the sort of guys that Enzo loves to play with, bro. Enzo, you can tell, is a guy who loves to play with a natural striker. Because he will find you in behind. Make the runs in behind, he will find you. Yeah? And that's exactly what Mark Guiu offers us, bro. And the fact that he came off at half time and that, I'm hoping that's a sign that he's going to start against Sunderland. Ironically, the team where he just went and literally scored for them when he was there as well. Yeah? This guy knows where the back of the net is, bro. Just give him the minutes. He scored in minimal minutes for Sunderland. He scored on both of his debuts for Barcelona, bruv. He scored today in his Champions League debut for Chelsea, bro. He scored in the Conference League as well, right? So I don't understand where this hate comes from. It must be a thing where it's like people don't want to be proven wrong about certain things. You just want to play George up top when you know he's not a striker? Come on now, Dow. Yeah? Delap ain't going to be available till probably closer to Christmas. He's not going to be fully fit, bro, because this guy's had a hamstring injury. We need to be careful. The moment your hammy goes again, bro, it could take even longer to heal. There's no need to be rushing, man, right now. And the games that we've got coming up now, for example, Sunderland at the weekend, these are games we should be winning without Delap and Guiu and these sort of, Delap and Palmer and these sort of guys. I want them here, of course, obviously. Asugo, I want them all here fit. But these are games you should be winning without them, bro. You know what I mean? So right now, he has to be our starting striker. You have to play João Pedro behind him. You know what I mean? Or if you play João Pedro up top, you bring Guiu on with enough minutes to go. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because this guy can contribute in the team. He's already proven it. The way he presses, the movement in the box. Guys haven't even seen his heading yet, bro. This guy's heading is serious. You're going to be seeing Neto, Estevao and these guys, Palmer, looking for him in the air. Enzo looking for him in the air because he knows how to time his runs when it comes to that, bro. He knows how to flick it on into the corner. Yeah? Go check his goal catalogue, bro. He's got headers to his name. The goal he scored for Sunderland was a header. One of the hat trick that he scored for us, the third goal, was a header from Madueke's cross. He knows how to score them. We need more players like that, bro. Yeah? Good performance from Guiu today, bro. I'm so happy for him, bro. When he scored that goal, I felt like a proud dad. Because man have been on my back. Yeah? Big pulls on that as well, blood. But you already know me, man. I'm not scared to say these things, bro. What am I gonna do? Because most of the time when I say these things, man think I'm just talking was. But bro, how are you gonna try to cook someone when they actually watch these players before when they sign for your club, and I've watched bare games and I know what I'm talking about? I'm not waffling. I know what I'm talking about with this guy, bro. Yeah? He's gonna help us. You know what I mean? He's definitely gonna help this team. He just needs the minutes, bro. Right? And obviously, again, Enzo Fernandez, bro, yeah, for the penalty that we scored. Obviously, he gets absolutely wiped out, bro. Yeah? Absolutely wiped out. Yeah? And the penalty itself was a very good penalty as well. I don't think Enzo was really involved in the game much, in all honesty. Like, you can tell he just came back from injury. He's probably saving himself for the weekend and whatnot. But solid half, you know, he leaves with a penalty. And he's the Chelsea player right now who's been directly involved in 20 goals across all competitions in 2025, 10 goals and 10 assists. Yeah? He's been directly involved in 14 goals in his last 21 games at Stamford Bridge. 6 goals, 8 assists, right? Man are talking about, just get him out of here and sell him and whatnot. Do you know how many teams would love to have Enzo in their team? Yeah? This guy before, bro, I didn't think he'll be putting up numbers like this. But he's putting up numbers. That's what he does. Penalty or not, it was a top penalty, bro. You know what I mean? The only annoying thing with, obviously, after that penalty that we scored, right, was tossing, just being mad heavy-footed in the box. There was no need for him to dive in like that with his size 16 foot, blood. Yeah? That probably felt like a UFO landed on my man's foot, blood. You know what I mean? There was no need for that, bro. That was a little damp now. Yeah? Veghorst, man. You know what I'm saying? And Jorgensen, you should be doing better for that penalty as well. Pathetic save, man. I don't know whether it was the rain or something, man. It just kind of skimmed past his arm. But there's clearly a gap between you and Sanchez right now, big man. And it's peak. You know what I mean? It's peak for you because you probably be moved on in the summer. Pendas will come and take your spot. Because you didn't have to really do much today, but the chance that you had there to save the pen, you messed it up. You messed it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was annoying. But even though that happened, I knew the game was done. I knew the game was done because I could clearly see how we were attacking. I could clearly see the intent from Gittens. I could clearly see the intent from Estevao, right? And not long after that one, bro, Caicedo, blood. You know what I mean? Caicedo, Gittens again involved in another goal. Actually, I think Gittens, Caicedo scored the second goal, if I'm right, people. Yeah? So Gittens obviously involved in the goal for Caicedo. Heavy deflection there, but, bro, if you don't shoot, you don't score, bruv. Word to Michael Owen. Yeah? I always say this all the time, bro. We need to be taking more shots outside the box because you never know what can happen. And today was a prime example of that. Yeah? The keeper would have probably just, took it and just stood on it for a little bit or sat on it for a little bit. But that didn't happen because the defender tried to get something on it and it went in. Another goal for Caicedo, bro. Now man are going to rate him more because there's goals. They weren't looking at him before. They weren't looking at what he was doing in the team before. But now they're going to rate him because of the goals. That's what people do. Yeah? A DM. You know what I mean? But big up Caicedo for that one. And again, big up Gittens because yes, it's a cheeky assist and whatnot. But end of the day, he opened up the space. He gave it to Caicedo. He picked him out. Another good goal. And he was actually a big part in the penalty that Enzo got as well because he played it in behind for Enzo. Even Liverpool, if you go look at the goal against Liverpool that Estevao scored, he's the one that played the ball to Enzo and Enzo did what he did to Cuckoo, crossed it in, right? He contributed. He played really well today, Gittens, bro. I can't lie. Yeah? And man that were trying to write him off, bro, after what? A couple games in the new league. Yeah? Not everyone's going to be Estevao where they can come in and just shell it straight away. You could clearly see this guy was playing within himself. He needed a bit of confidence. Now I'm seeing a guy that's picking up confidence. Yeah? He needs to be getting more minutes in his team again. You know what I mean? He's made a name for himself right now, bro, in terms of actually Maresca looking at him and saying, yo, I can trust you, bro. He's one of the few players in this team that actually have Champions League experience. He scored 5 goals in the Champions League last season. He got an assist against Madrid, bro, at the Bernabeu and whatnot. You know what I'm saying, people? Yeah? So Gittens today, happy with that performance, right? Estevao today, man. Honestly, bro, this guy's just quality. Just quality, man. Yeah? The touches that he takes up. Man nearly scored an overhead kick. The corners are just sensational. Sensational. It's no surprise that now our set pieces are looking even more dangerous because he's one of the guys that takes them. Right now, he's probably the best corner taker in the team. Better than Enzo for me. I don't think Palmer's corners are great either, to be honest, because Palmer doesn't really fizz it into the box. You know what I mean? He doesn't really whip it into the box. He kind of floats it in, yeah. And he knows how to fizz it in. So I don't really get why Palmer does that. But Estevao, if you go look at the goal we scored against Forest, he puts it in the danger zone every single time, man. Yeah, on the left side, on the right side, no problem, bro. No problem. You know what I mean? And that penalty that he took as well, bro. He wins the penalty. Big up Estevao. Sorry, big up Enzo for giving him the penalty as well, bro. That's a real captain leadership moment there. It's not like before where guys were fighting, Madwakey, Jackson, and these guys fighting for the penalty. Pathetic. Man just said, yo, take a little penalty. You want it? Yeah? And then man just put it top bins, blood. Yeah? Top penalty. No keeper saving that, even if you're 25. Because this guy was an old man today. No one's saving that penalty, blood. And that's something that I spoke about in the summer. We have very good penalty takers in this team, which is going to be useful, bro. Delap, Pedro, Estevao, yeah? Enzo, Palmer, of course, right? We have some very, very good penalty takers, bro. Because Estevao could actually be Chelsea's penalty taker. Pedro could be Chelsea's penalty taker. Delap could be Chelsea's penalty taker. Palmer, obviously, is our penalty taker. Enzo, you know what I mean? So, boy, we are good right now in attack, yeah? We just need to make sure that we're using these guys correctly. And like I said today, Estevao, bro, brilliant performance from him, man. Honestly, him and Gittens were going bar for man of the match. But I'll probably give it to Gittens. I'll be real. Probably give it to Gittens. I thought throughout the whole game, he was more on it. Estevao was good in the first half as well. But I thought second half and first half, I thought Gittens... To be fair, Gittens probably had the better first half, but Estevao probably had the better second half. If you want to give it to man of the match, either of them, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'll probably give it to Gittens, yeah? And then obviously... you had, like I said, Guiu came off at half-time. George came on instantly. As soon as he comes on, he scores a goal. I like the little interchanging between him and Estevao as well, because there was times where George was going to the right and Estevao was going down the middle, centrally, right? The little link up there, bro. The little triangles that were being played between Benanote, George, the balls that he was putting in as well today, people, were dangerous on the right-hand side, yeah? Because George, for me, is not really a right winger, but when he's playing on the right, obviously he's on his stronger foot, bro. So the whips that are coming in are going to be dangerous than him putting it on his left. And his left foot ain't the worst, obviously. It's actually all right. But on that right foot, bro, it's dangerous. You know what I mean? Because he knows how to strike the ball. Those balls across the pitch in the rain, dangerous, man. Very good goal from him as well. You know what I mean? Obviously, Santos came on. Didn't really see much from him, to be fair. But again, at that point, the game was done. Lavia today I thought was good. You know, some of the passes he's trying to find in between the lines to actually create for the attackers were good. You know, there's one pass that he played over the top as well. It nearly got through to I think, was it Bonanotte it nearly got through to? I can't remember, people. You know what I mean? I was watching the game in the bar and that, but some of those little passes he's trying to find in between the lines were good. Actually, it was to George and it nearly got to him, but he was offside. Right? He was offside. I think it did get to him, but he was actually offside. But bro, Lavia's just getting stronger and stronger, man. I just hope that he can stay fit because, again, today, you can clearly see that we use the depth, right? He is part of our squad. He's important in our squad. But, you know, he's never there to help, right? I love Santos, of course, but Lavia is another key player that we've got, bro. He just needs to stay fit, you know. He's looking good at the minute. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if you're looking at the defence, Hato, I thought was solid. Chalobah, when he came on, didn't really have to do much. Because, again, the game was done, bro. These guys weren't really pressing us. Tossing, apart from the penalty, no troubles on that side. Jorgensen, I don't remember my man making a save like that, I'll be real. Nice moment for Hato, obviously, with the Ajax fans. He went to see them at the end and whatnot. That was nice for him. Reggie comes on off the bench, you know, again, just steady, getting involved in the game. It would have been nice to see that McQueen guy, to be fair, because I've heard and seen a lot from him. He looks quality, man. He looks like another one that's just left, right, is in and out, bro. You know what I mean? He looks like real Lightning McQueen blood. You know what I'm saying, people? But I'm happy with that, man. Honestly, bro, I'm happy with that performance because end of the day, you know, we started off the season the way that we did. A lot of people were expecting Chelsea to be top of the league. You know, a lot of people, even now, they're not putting us in any title races, and I don't mind that. Just work in silence. That's why I'm here dressed like a ninja, bro, because these men need to realise that we're ninjas right now, people. Yeah? We need to be ninjas right now and just work in silence. Let these rivals, let these pundits, let all these guys Opta stats and all these things say that we've got 0% chance of competing or 0% chance of winning the league or all of these things. That's what I like, yeah? Because the narrative will change. The moment all our guys start to come back and we're free flowing again all over the time, all over the pitch, and we're looking defensively solid, people will be like, oh, what was expected? You spent all this money, right? But right now it's the squad shit. You spend all this money on Gittens and Garnacho. These guys are useless. They can't do anything. Yeah? The narrative will change people. So let these people just look at us as a joke, because we know we're not a joke, right? And that's really frustrating. That's what it frustrates me when I'm looking at Maresca and I'm like, bro, you've got a squad right now that you can use and actually do something with. Even with the injuries, bro. I had the same energy for Poch. So this guy needs to keep doing what he's doing right now, because recently he seems to have learned, yeah? And like I said, at the weekend, I'm feeling excited again to watch Chelsea, bro. Because I feel like he's going to put out a balanced lineup, yeah? Obviously, Gusto wasn't available today. He was ill or whatever. João Pedro's going to be back at the weekend. But what I really want to see is João Pedro in the 10, Enzo Caicedo pivot, if anything, right? And then Guiu up top. I actually want to see a striker start against Sunderland, bro. You know what I mean? But for me, man of the match, man, Gittens, I'll give it to Gittens. Close call between him and Estevao, but I thought Gittens today was dangerous, man. I saw he created 5 chances in the game as well, bro. There's a chance that he put into Estevao. Estevao nearly got his toe in it, man. He was cooking today, honestly. And you can see he was trying to get his first goal as well, blood. You know what I mean? But let me know who your man of the match was, people. Let me know what you think about my thoughts as well. Big up Maresca, man. Big up all the boys. Big up Enzo. Big up Guiu. Big up Estevao. Big up Caicedo. You know what I mean? Big up all these man. Yeah? In a bit, man. Love.